Let's hit the field.
It is Sunday, July 27th, and the Yankees were trying to avoid a sweep at the hands of the Philadelphia Phillies. Carlos Rodon was on the mound, and Ryan McMahon getting it done on both sides of the ball today. My recap, your reaction, plus we got Frankie baseball today. Coming up next, this is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right. Frankie, we did it! Yo, Adrian! We did it! That's for you, Philadelphia.
I can't believe it! The impossible has happened!
Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Yes!
The Yankees actually scored more runs than their opponents. Now, Frankie, I'm not a religious man by any means. I mean, I would qualify as spiritual. I think there's more to the universe than just this physical existence. But I don't really necessarily believe in miracles, but that may have changed today. Does this qualify as a miracle? Zach Wheeler on the mound, 2.39 ERA coming in against a Yankees team that struggles against really good opponents, to say the least. And somehow, some way, they got it done. Does it qualify as an official miracle?
I think somewhere in the Bible it mentions that the Yankees pulling off a victory like this does count as one of the miracles. I mean, when you look at all the factors into it, the Yankees winning a game without Aaron Judge, again, getting to Wheeler, them playing stellar defense, which is a rarity. We have an actual third baseman. We have an actual third baseman now, Derek. Hallelujah. And yeah, that they scored more runs than the Phillies, impossible.
I got to say, Ryan McMahon getting a lot of love from the comments here. He had a really good day. I mean, he had a multi-hit game. He had the big 2-run double, and he looks fantastic on defense. I mean, Peraza should just pack his shit. What did Biff say in Back to the Future? Make like a tree and get out of here.
Get out of here. Yes. Just go home. Peraza, we don't need you anymore. McMahon's here. We're good.
All right.
Let's get it going.
I still can't believe it. Looking at the score, the Yankees have more runs than their opponent. This is a miracle. It's amazing. So it was meatball giveaway day for Rodon. I mean, he gave up 3 home runs today, including 2 to a guy who came in having 2 home runs in his career. It reminded me of Major League 2, where Rick Vaughn gives up that like 530-foot home run to a guy who never hit a home run in his life or whatever. And he's like, that was his first home run ever? But Wheeler didn't have his best stuff. He hit a couple of guys. He had that rough inning, and then he served up the 2-run double. Yankees got all 4 of their runs in the second inning. You had a productive out in that inning. You had a sac fly from Wells. You had an RBI single from Trent Grisham. And then, McMahon, he had a couple of hits today, not only the double, but he had a soft line drive, single to left. Looked very, very sharp on defense. As I mentioned, the 2 home runs from Otto Kemp, which, by the way, phenomenal name. That is a phenomenal name.
10 out of 10.
That's a major league name. Loaizaga got the job done today. I was surprised that they went to him in a high leverage spot. He got the job done. Luke Weaver got through an inning without serving up a gopher ball. And then Tim Hill got the job done, and Devin Williams slammed the door. And alas, we finally get to play the news.
Game over. Yankees win.
Someone said I'm hard on Rodon. No, I'm hard for Rodon because he got a win today. 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. I thought the strikeout pitch was working great today. 3 solo home runs, not great. I take it with, the Yankees scoring 4 runs, and at least he wasn't walking guys, right? You can give up solo home runs. You can't give up home runs and walks, right? That's a recipe for disaster. We had some nice plays by Cody Bellinger today. There were some warning track shots by the Phillies, but somehow the Yankees managed to pull off the miracle. So, Frankie, who should we give the belt to, do you think, today?
I mean, considering the fact that this is truly, if you look at everything, along with the fact that I was talking about miracle signs, the fact that we won a game in which I'm on the show, which I think my record was like 1 in 100 before today. This is truly a miracle. There's only one person we can give it to.
Does he qualify as a person? Miracle!
An entity.
God gets the belt for allowing this miracle to happen. God is a Yankees fan. Confirmed.
Thank you, God. Thank
God
you for
gets the
finally
belt.
being nice to us.
No, honestly, let's give a real belt out because there is somebody who I think deserves it, possibly even more than the Almighty, and that is a guy who was playing in his second game as a Yankee. So, Ryan McMahon, his first belt. Can we call him Big Mac, or is that still trademarked by Mark McGwire?
No, we can give it to him. I actually saw some people say that when McMahon hits a double, we can call it a McDouble. So,
Ooh, I like that, Frankie. A McDouble. We had a triple from Bellinger, didn't we, in this game? Yeah, he's got 4 triples now. Bellinger has been amazing to watch this year. We got a call about him from our guy, Brian.
What's going on, Derek? Just wanted to say, what a pleasure it has been this year watching Cody Bellinger. Honestly, whether it's taking over for right field because Judge is hurt, center field because Grisham's hamstring was hurt or whatever, first base because Rice or Goldschmidt can't field a pick over at first base, left field because Dominguez can't catch a fly ball. Wherever you put this guy, he's absolutely solid.
He's money, dude, and I'm starting to worry that he's going to opt out because he's playing himself into a big contract. We got a comment here from D's channel. He says, Ahmad Rosario gets the belt for his long beard. Did you catch his beard, man?
I mean, speaking of God, it was Moses-esque, like Rosario.
That was
today.
That beard was hardcore. All right, let's go to Fired Up Frankie. For the first time ever after a win, we're doing Fired Up Frankie. Let's play some voicemails here, Frankie.
Hi, I'm Henry. I am a Yankees fan from Connecticut. I really hope that the Yankees, instead of putting Stanton in right field, they can just call up Spencer Jones, because I agree that if Stanton plays the field for the first time in years, he's just going to get injured immediately and can't afford.
Yeah, I feel like if you put Stanton in the outfield, it's kind of like being exposed to that virus from Outbreak, where it's like only a matter of time before he just shrivels up and dies. Like I'm not sure that he can physically handle playing the outfield. And I say that jokingly, but he's going to pull a hamstring or a calf or a groin or whatever. The guy can't run at all. He's like a statue. I mean, I would rather, ease Judge back in, maybe at first base. Even though he doesn't play first base, I trust Judge at first base more than I trust Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield. Do you agree?
I trust Ozzy Osbourne in the condition he's currently in than I trust Giancarlo Stanton. What,
Frankie.
too soon? Sorry.
Frankie.
I trust. With all the rest in peace, Ozzy. I
can't believe
trust.
you've done this.
I was
Wrong.
I apologize.
That was tough. But we picked up a game on the Blue Jays. But yes, the Blue Jays got beat today by, who did they lose to? Was it the Tigers? No, who did they lose to?
Yeah, that was the Tigers.
Oh, Tigers, yeah. And the Tigers, they've been kind of in the toilet lately. So, they won 10-4. Tigers. A what?
Tigers.
But yeah, I don't trust Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield at all. We got a lot of people calling for Jones to get called up. I was surprised that he wasn't called up. I figured with Judge out, you got to do something to excite the fans, right? You got to get the fans, emotionally invested. And I thought that, bringing Jones up with the tear that he's been on, maybe that you catch a spark, right? There was a time, I want to say it was 2005, where the Yankees were absolutely off to a horrible start. I believe they were about 11-19. And so they just called up some guys. They called up Chen-Ming Wong, and they called up Robinson Cano. And it injected life, and they went on a tear. And I feel like just having some youth mixed in, you bringing in McMahon, whose defense has been sharp. You're bringing in Rosario, who can maybe fill in a little bit. You're adding hopefully some bullpen pieces, maybe a starting pitcher. mixing in a little bit of youth, I think could help. Is there anybody that is on your trade wish list here? It doesn't look like the Yankees are going to sell, but is there anybody other than Shohei Ohtani who's on your trade wish list right now?
Damn it, that was my first option. I was gonna say, I think I texted you earlier. I'll take any reliever at this point because, as we mentioned, our bullpen is just absolutely depleted. So sure, if anyone, I don't care where they're from, just bring in a reliever. We just need something to just help out that pen. You were talking about Spencer Jones. I think, yes, I agree that would certainly excite the fans way more than, and even though we like him so far, Spencer Jones would excite him way more than bringing in a Ryan McMahon would. But I mentioned this to you last time. I keep thinking about Volpe. I keep thinking that maybe we brought him up too soon. And are the Yankees thinking, let's not bring him up too soon, and then we bring him up there, and then he struggles, and then we have to send him down? So maybe it's just better to just play it safe right now. Maybe wait until he's absolutely 100% ready before we bring him up. But yes,
he's having some back spasms too. So I mean, you don't want to bring him up when he's hurting for sure. But we got a chat here about David Bednar from the Pirates, sorry, who StatCast wise looks fantastic. 2.19 ERA on the season. He's got 16 saves. He's got 51 strikeouts in 37 innings. I feel like he would be a good addition, and the Yankees make a lot of deals with the Pirates, Frankie. I feel like this could be the guy.
I prefer Paul Skeens over David Bednar, but sure.
Let's get Paul Skeens as just a throw-in, Yes,
exactly. Anthony Volpe for David Bednar and Paul Skeens. Who says no?
I thought that Francesa had a great line about. Oops, wrong button there. That was supposed to be the share screen button. I thought that Francesa had a great line about if the Pirates trade Paul Skeens, they're basically just saying they're not in the baseball business, which you can't trade Paul Skeens. And just to think about that's absurd.
They're going to have
Ryan
to at some
Helsley,
point,
maybe?
he's not
Ryan
gonna stay
Helsley
there.
from the Cardinals, perhaps?
Sure. Wouldn't mind. Let's pull up his StatCast.
Yep.
Wouldn't mind seeing him there. Again, any reliever right now that we can add here. I mean, he's looking pretty good in all aspects. Not many blue there in terms of StatCast numbers, mostly red.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers, the fastball velocity, 99.3. The Yankees don't have a lot of flamethrowers in the bullpen who can also throw strikes. Now, he's below average in terms of walk percentage, but he's not like bottom like a lot. Like, it seems like a lot of the guys the Yankees bring in who throw hard are guys who just have no idea where it's going. He's at least got some idea. And he does have more strikeouts than innings pitched. He comes from a good organization. He keeps the ball off the barrel of the bat. Healthy. I mean, I don't think that they're going to get, two big-time top arms, but I think if you add Helsley and Bednar and maybe a starting pitcher, maybe Mitch Keller, who we've seen mentioned a lot. He's got good stuff. I'll pull his numbers up too. That could be a formula to at least help you win the wild card round. I don't know if they're going to win the East. I mean, the Blue Jays look so good, but maybe that's the formula. Mitch Keller's made 21 starts, got a 3.53 ERA. We're not going to look at the win-loss because, I mean, he plays for a team that can't hit it all. 125 innings, 97 strikeouts. He's not a guy who throws overly hard. The fastball's 94, but he throws a sweeper, a slider, a sinker, a curve, and a change, so he's got a mix. And he throws strikes. The walk percentage in the 84th percentile, the barrel percentage in the 75th percentile. He keeps the ball on the ground, and with our improved defense, maybe that helps a little bit. What are your thoughts on Mitch Keller?
Again, looks good here, and I just want him. I feel bad for him considering that he's a pretty good starting pitcher, and he and Skeens are just in a nightmare situation there over in Pittsburgh. Maybe bring him over here. He can really, light a spark, and maybe he'll be energized by actually playing for a postseason contender. But you mentioned, all right, we get all these guys, and maybe we'll win the wild card round. I mean, is that what we were looking for? Is that what the expectations are now? Like, oh, maybe we'll get to the wild card. Like, that's not. I understand what you're talking about, but that's not what we're looking for here. It's been 16 years now. I'm not trying to win. I've won enough wild card rounds. We won it in 17 and we won one in 18. I'm not looking to win any more wild card rounds. I want a freaking title. And right now the problem is no matter how many holes we have, it doesn't seem like that we can fix enough to be able to get that 28th title. But crazier things have happened, I guess. Got to keep the faith. But it's hard
reasonable
to keep that
expectations, Frankie. Reasonable expectations. You don't want to you don't want to set a bar so high that you can't get there, right? You don't want to say like I'm going to lose 30 pounds this month. You want to say, I'm going to lose 3 or 4 pounds, right? You want to set reasonable goals here.
One step at a time.
We got a call here about McMahon.
Hey, Derek, John from Hawaii. I know McMahon is not the greatest bat in the lineup, but man, is it nice to not see Peraza's bat in the lineup. Woo! Just a total weight off my shoulders not seeing Peraza's bat in there. Go Yanks.
Yeah, Peraza, I feel like his days might be numbered. I feel like he could be somebody that's a throw-in or like gets DFA'd if you need a spot. And we hate to say this, that you keep him around for his defense, but you just got Ahmed Rosario, and he's basically going to take all of those reps, right? So Peraza's days are numbered for sure. Do you agree?
Absolutely, 100%. I don't really see any path to having Peraza on this team. I don't see where he fits in. And you mentioned with McMahon, or the caller mentioned McMahon. One thing I keep thinking about is Jazz of last year. Remember how we were struggling, and then we had that another summer swoon, and then we brought in Jazz, and he gave us that spark that helped carry us to the World Series. It's maybe irrational to think that it can happen twice, that lightning can strike twice, but that's what I was thinking here is we needed someone who can light a spark. And so far here, in his 2 games, McMahon has done that just a little bit. Maybe not as explosive as Jazz was, but if you can find someone that can light a spark under this team and bring in something, a different energy to help lift the guys up, maybe he can do that. So far, today at least, he was able to do that. Whether or not he can carry us for the next couple months remains to be seen. But so far, Yankee fans, I can't imagine why you wouldn't love this trade. So far, I really like what the Yankees have done so far. Getting a bat like McMahon and then a utility player like Rosario. It's looking pretty good for us.
Well, that's kind of what I said when I was on Foul Territory the other day. I basically said it's not like a sexy move. It's not an exciting, like, let's scream from the rooftops move, but it moves the needle in the right direction, trying to address deficiencies. Now, if I were to predict what Cashman would have done, I would have said he would have gone out and get Eugenio Suarez because he's got the most home runs, right? And it's nice to see them trying to address the problems rather than, let's just go get more home runs, right? I mean, you got to have good defenders, especially on the left side with the lefties that we have in the rotation. So good to see him performing. Quick word from DraftKings, then back to finish things off with Frankie here in just a minute. Nothing says summer like long days, clutch plays, and firing off a few bets on the game. All with DraftKings Sportsbook. Pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride with your squad and hope for the best. DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FOUL for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for a gambling problem. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. All right, let's welcome back in Mr. Frankie Baseball. So JP says McMahon sits next game. Wouldn't that be funny? That would be.
And by funny, I mean absolutely aggravating.
That would be such a Boone thing to do. Do you think that if the Yankees don't make the playoffs that Boone actually gets bounced this time? I mean, I think there's a possibility.
I'm going to say, what is his contract status again?
I think he's got 2 years left, this year and next year.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to ride it out. I would love to believe that they would actually make a change, but Cashman just loves him. The players love him, which, I mean, what does it matter if we're not winning all that much? But I just think that they don't want to fire. And then they didn't even fire Girardi. They just let his contract run out. They just chose not to renew him. I think the same thing happened did Torrey get fired or was his contract not renewed?
So they offered Torrey a contract with incentives and he took offense to that. He's like, when do I need an incentive? I just won you guys 4 rings. And so he told him to screw. And I don't blame him, right? I mean, go read the Yankee years. It was a phenomenal book. It was him and Verducci in that book. But
by the way, wasn't it great during the All-Star game to have let's give Boone credit, having Torrey there as an assistant coach? Like
Yeah.
having him. Yeah.
I was going to say, how about bringing him in for the regular season rather than just the All-Star game? Could use that kind of wisdom. Girardi in the booth. I mean, the dude is, I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks. I feel like he's, I don't know, 2-3 moves ahead of everybody. We got a voicemail about Girardi. Here we go.
P.S. Yanks should think about bringing Girardi back for coach. Dude just gets it. I mean, you said it before. I think we all can see it as well when we actually watch the games. Dude has almost a sixth sense for watching baseball. He calls these games before they happen. He sees plays before they before they happen. I mean, it's real. We all see it. We all hear it. The guy has a gift, and I think I understand the game's changing. You just have to understand sometimes guys have a style, and if you're a little hard, you got to take that with love too. You have to be able to be a man and take criticism.
Yeah, 100%. I gotta give Brian a clap for that. Gave Brian the clap. No, we need a hard ass in that locker room. It's clear that too many of these guys are comfortable, and I think Girardi would be the right guy because I feel like it's not even like that he's mean or that he's like a Bobby Knight type coach, but he requires discipline, right? And discipline is important in athletics. You know, you got to get your work in. You got to practice the fundamentals. And I think that Girardi gets that, and I don't think Boone does.
Absolutely. And I mean, I keep thinking to the fact that Girardi was essentially, I think one of the main reasons he was fired is because he and Gary Sanchez butted heads. And what a great decision that was to choose. When you can choose Joe Girardi or Gary Sanchez, you got to go with Gary Sanchez every time.
Yeah.
So I just think that was. I also wanted to point out back to Torrey. It was great also seeing him come out for a second to I guess to summon a pitcher out of the bullpen. But I thought it was going to be Scott Proctor. I just assumed. Well,
his arm fell off. His arm fell off after the last time.
Or Tom Gordon. It was just going to be.
Oh, man. By the end of 2004, when Gordon came in, his arm was so gassed because of how Torrey used him. And that's why the bullpen fell apart against the Red Sox in that, you know, it was just they were overused. Now, I like Torrey. I mean, Torrey was obviously a legend. And I see that people are they were saying that, you know, fans were over Girardi at the end of his tenure. I liked Girardi. I didn't love the non-challenge in the playoffs, and that led to a grand slam. But I thought for the most part he made the right decisions. I thought he was prepared. I thought that he held players accountable, and he won a ring. I mean, he won a ring with the Yankees.
Yeah, I feel like also that challenge against Cleveland, they won that series. So I don't know. Exactly. So I don't understand, like, maybe you could say, okay, 9 years, maybe a new voice, but I still feel like it's not a Tom Thibodeau thing where he hadn't won a ring yet, and you could think, all right, maybe his strategy, maybe his coaching philosophy is not the right one to lead the Knicks to a title. I feel like they absolutely could have won a title there with Girardi. Let's play that out. If Girardi is the manager in 2018, 19, 20, whatever it is, do the Yankees win a title? Yes or no? What do you think?
It's hard to say because in 2018, the Red Sox were just really, really good. They were just a better team than the Yankees. I think the Yankees might have won in 2019. I think they might have won in 2019. I think they would have had a hell of a better season in 20 and 21. I think that his ability to influence Cashman's roster would have changed things a little bit because Cashman, once he hired Boone, it was basically like, all right, let's bring in as many fucking right-handed hitters as we can, and let's forget that we play in a stadium built for lefties. And things just got off the rails. And, you know, I like Girardi, and I just hearing him in the booth, I feel like he's a step ahead of everybody. You look like you got something to say.
Oh no, I was just thinking back to the good old days with having Girardi there. Yeah, it should be absolutely. We shouldn't even be complaining we won today. It's just more of a just thinking about that. But yeah, I do love having Girardi in the booth. He's fantastic, and yeah, it should be reverse. It should be Girardi should be down there and Boone should be up here because I actually really liked Boone on television when he was doing ESPN there for a while.
That's where he should be. He should start a podcast. He'd be great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
And now the Rays come into town, and the Yankees have a chance to make the Rays sellers by racking up some wins here. I would be amazed if the Yankees took 3 out of 4, but they might be able to split 2 out of 4. You got the trade deadline coming up on Thursday. It's a 4-game series. If the Yankees can take the first 3, maybe the Rays sell on Thursday, and then maybe you can get them to give you somebody, But Frankie, any final thoughts here before we call it a day?
Just a great win here to end what was a pretty rough series, but I'm glad that we're at least ending the series on the right note. And my apologies to Ozzy Osbourne and his family.
Yes,
I should have said Hulk Hogan.
And congrats to God on his first ever belt.
Thank you, Jesus, or God, or whoever.
We'll see you guys next time.
If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through nydesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it. We've got it. Check it out, nydesigns.shop. And check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.